Often, growth in Lexington means paving over the land that made this area known as the horse capital of the world. The ever-encroaching development also threatens a less prominent industry, but one that's still economically vital to the bluegrass in the post-tobacco days. That's cattle farming. I recently talked with three Lexingtonians: Knox Van Nagel, executive director of the Fayette Alliance, a group urging restrained urban sprawl; Ben Roberts, manager of the Brookfield Farm for the past decade and a half; and Jimmy Shropshire, owner of Springview Farm, which has been in his family since shortly after Kentucky achieved statehood in the late 1700s. Van Nagel, Roberts, and Shropshire, along with generations of their families before them, owe their livelihood to the raising of cattle and other non-equine livestock.
This is a very important industry to our local economy and to our regional economy. Fayette County agriculture has over a $2 billion impact each and every year to the regional economy, and then it brings in another $1 billion in tourism. It produces over $800 million in gross product every year and supports almost 9,000 local workers. So it's a sustainable economic interest. It's also very much a part of our heritage and culture here in central Kentucky. And once it's paved over, it's gone forever. So that's why it's important that we preserve and protect what makes this region so unique.
This farm has been here over 100 years, and it's been growing cattle for over 100 years, and it's as good a soil as I know that there exists. It grows fantastic crops, it grows fantastic cattle. It's every bit as historic and as a Calumet or any of your horse farms. I mean, just because it's a horse farm doesn't mean that it's any better soil or, you know, it's as good as it gets, I think.
A lot of current development practices, they remove a lot of the topsoil, which really generates all of the fertile grasses that we've talked about, you know, why the bluegrass region is so famous for its thoroughbreds primarily, but also for its cattle. We've got karst topography in the bluegrass, and as such we've got a lot of limestone and phosphorus in the soil, which gives rise to a lot of really fertile, rich grass, and that's why we've got world-class thoroughbreds and world-class cattle here in Fayette County. Without question, Fayette County is going to grow, and it needs to grow in order for it to remain successful and viable in the 21st century. Right now we have approximately 268,000 people in Fayette County, and it's estimated by 2030 we're going to have 330,000 people in Fayette County. So we are going to grow, but the question is how. And that's where the Alliance wants to come in and kind of put a new growth formula on the table and say, let's first utilize our urban properties that are blighted and underdeveloped and also vacant to really promote economic development and vitality in the urban areas before we take another square inch of this irreplaceable farmland that spurs along a $3 billion impact for the region every year.
We know folks have to live or are going to live somewhere, but this is the country. This is good land out here. They're good soils. It's a farming area. This is what I value most about living out here. It's the peace and the quiet and the aesthetics of it. And to lose all that would, you know, basically our life would change. Our farming operation would change, and probably not too many years down the road, if it were to happen, you know, this farm, I think, like a lot of others out here, would probably be gone.
Shropshire remains optimistic that his future generations will be able to enjoy the land that has been in his family for more than 200 years. But if the land directly across the street from his farm is allowed into the urban services area, he knows development is soon to follow, and farming his now fertile ground will prove futile. Reporting for Business Lexington, I'm Erik Carlson.